Hello everyone, how is everyone doing? I am Lo-Fi Tarot. Welcome back to my tarot readings channel. Welcome to another timeless speaker card reading. Now, I know that I have been posting a little bit less regularly these days because I had some technical difficulties to solve, including the desk lamp that I use for the reading, and I need to fix some things. And also, there were some issues that need attention, and I have recently picked up my interest for writing, so it felt refreshing to write again after months of absence. So I have been doing things basically. But today I have a timeless speaker card reading for those of you who are confused about what life choices to make or what career path to make. I think this is one of the most common issue that we are facing these days, like making different choices than or being confronted with having to choose a different path than what we usually choose, because I know that a lot of people are more awakened today to themselves, like there is this massive self awakening or self realization or self reflection, which leads people to make choices that they otherwise, that in previous year they probably wouldn't have made. So if some of you are still in limbo, like you are on a crossroads, which I believe many of us are, including myself, these days, more than ever, I mean. So if you are in a crossroads and you are not quite sure what choices to make, if you wonder whether you whether the new choices you make or have made is a mistake, it's like if you second guess yourself, if you doubt yourself as to whether you should take a new path or a new route in your life or change your career, then this is the pick a card reading for you. So that's a long intro, but yeah, I just have to say that because for today, not only we have this pick a card reading, we also have a general message for the collective in relation to this issue. So a general message from the universe about which about not which but about making the right choice, which is actually okay, let me just open the card. Okay, so this is the general message for the collective, and after that we are going to move to the individual message. This is pile number 1 with the starfish, this is pile number 2 with the anchor, and this is pile number 3 with the flower. Okay, so let's look at the general message for the collective on making the right life decisions. So we have embracing. Now, with the word embracing itself, for me, this is like embracing whatever is coming your way. So, before I flip over this card just now, I wanted to say that there is no right or wrong choice when you make a life decision. Like, of course, some decisions are much heavier and with greater consequence than others. Like, I mean, of course, if you want to change your career or become self-employed, or if you want to sell your house and move to another country, like the consequences will be so much bigger than perhaps simple things like deciding what to eat for dinner, or yeah, things like that, or what to do in the weekend. But so I recently bought this book called The Midnight Library. I believe that some, or if not most of you, have heard about or read this book even. And it's about regrets that of all the wrong choices that we made in life. It's like the more, it's funny because the more we want to make the right choices, the more it gets us lost, and the more regrets that we have. Because you know what, we cannot be, because like most of the choices that we make in life are affected by our environment, what our parents want, what our families want, what my lover or my husband or my wife wants, or I don't know, it can also be external circumstances like finances, um, yeah, and social pressure, prestige, and all that. And it's like if you want to keep making the right choices, like making a politically correct or socially correct choices, then you will end up losing yourself because you cannot please everyone and you don't know what you actually want. And sometimes when we decide, okay, I want this, I want to do this, I want to do that, but it's like if we have many interests, I mean, if you only have one interest or one ambition in your life, then that is the biggest blessing, maybe, at least for me, because then your life will be much simpler. I mean, you don't have to make choices. You already decide, or you are already born to do one thing that you are especially good at. But if you have multiple interests or if your priorities keep changing in your life, then it's like if you follow just one rhythm that you like and you keep following that rhythm, that music, that song, and then at one point you will grow. It's like you will outgrow it, and then you will move on to the next thing. And so this may be disorienting for some, especially for those people who don't like changes. It's a bit like say me, for example. I always love language. I love writing. I love drawing comics as a kid, and I love music, like listening to music. I play a bit, but I gave up on it. But I knew I could be good at it if I tried. So there were a lot of things that I gave up, including drawing. Um, I worked as a technical writer for a bit at the beginning of my career, and then well, because of wanting to get a better job, I become a translator. And translator being a translator was actually my very first job before I became a technical writer. So I went back to that route, and I stayed in that line of job as a translator for a decade or so, 15 years. Yeah, 15 plus years, a very long time. And I thought I would never get bored of it. I mean, I still enjoy it sometimes, but it's like almost like the passion is not there anymore. I don't know. I just, especially since I discovered tarot reading and rediscovered my passion for writing. I mean, I write not for publication, only for fun. Like I write fiction, and it's a fan fiction. And yeah, so but it allows me to express myself through words, and in a sense it's like most of my interests are about words. And it's only after I discovered tarot that I realized that I can do this, like speaking to you guys, like verbal communication, broadcasting, becoming a YouTuber. I never imagined that I would do that. I mean, I thought that I was always good at written communication, writing, translating. But it's all about language, and I love language. I love translating. I mean, tarot reading it's translating in a way, because you translate message from the universe in form of pictures. So anyway, I digress. But yeah, the back to this embracing card. It's like you don't have to take life so seriously is the message that resonate with me most these days, and which probably have circulated around in the tarot community. And like, yeah, I mean, all of us receive this same download because more or less humanity is in the same stage now, where with the pandemic you realize how short life is. And maybe you have been kind of working hard to achieve a certain goal, but when you have something unexpected like the pandemic, you realize that you probably won't have time to reach that goal. And the problem with the humanity is that we are so fixated on our goal or our desire or our ambition, which is, of course, it's nothing is wrong with having desire, ambition, like it motivates us, but when we become too obsessed with it, that we think that we will never be happy, or we will never enjoy life until we reach that certain point where we can be successful in whatever it is we choose to do, then it becomes something that is actually debilitating, something that is actually limiting, because you are too fixated on the end goal that you forget to enjoy the journey. And life is about enjoying the journey, because you never know when you will leave this world. So why not just embrace the beauty of life around you while you still can? Like this bird, this stork. It's like it's like animals' lives is simple. They are just enjoying their day. They enjoy whatever they find from the moment the sun comes up until the moment the sun comes down. It's like they embrace everything, every minute in their life. It's like, look at that, how serene is this stork. It's like it it's like they see the same scenery every day. It's so different from us humans. I mean, humans, like, everything has to be so serious, so that whenever we open our eyes on Monday morning, we feel like, going back to sleep, because we feel all the pressure to treat life seriously from 9 to 5, from Monday to Friday. And only when it's Saturday or Sunday we can really breathe. It doesn't have to be that way. Life is just not about survival. I mean, of course, this bird, it lives like just to eat, just to live. But it's like it never worries about anything, because it knows that there will always be enough food for them. These storks, the animals, the creatures, they are never worried. It's like this quote from, I'm sorry if I quote the Bible again, the sparrows, like they trust, they know, like the sparrows are the simplest, and maybe maybe some people think that they are birds that are not really exceptional or exotic, but even those sparrows are being taken care of, and they are not human. So why do we have to treat life so seriously? And I think it's because we forget how to live a simplistic life, how to simplify our life. Of course, we go to work every day, and maybe it's stressful, but it doesn't have to be that way. I mean, it's your choice to just take in the experience and treat it like as if it's something new every day, as if it was a blessing. Like, of course, it's hard for you to enjoy life if your boss scream or shout at you all the time, or you have to face gossip and backstabbers, gossipers at office. But I mean, if learn from these animals, like if their environments are disturbed, they will just fly and leave. And oftentimes what prevents us from moving from one phase to another, from embracing life, from appreciating small moments, is our fixation on goals, on environment, on pleasing everyone. And yeah, on meeting people's expectation, mostly, and our own expectation. That's what prevents us from, you know, if you don't like something, or if you are like, if this talk if a human came, or a hunter and came and disturbed the peace in this picture, then the stork will just run away, leave. So if you feel like you don't enjoy what you are doing anymore, then move on. I know that I make it sound so easy, and believe me, I don't find it easy at all. But this is the message that the universe wants all of you today to know, to embrace life, to appreciate small things that probably you overlook every day because you are too focused on the seriousness of life, on taking everything too seriously, taking everything too hard. Okay, like for example, if your college at work are despicable, whatever. I mean, of course, it's hard for you, and of course, you have to defend yourself if they cross your boundaries. Of course, like animals do that. If they are disturbed, of course, they will either fight or flight. But you don't have to treat everything that way. Like you can still enjoy the morning sun. You can still enjoy the route to work, like take a different route or something. It's like this stork, they enjoy the same scenery they see every day. They just they just merge into it, like they breathe in the scenery every day, and it's like they don't have a care. I don't know how to say this, but it's like, stop taking life so seriously. If your environment is disturbed, if something becomes toxic, if people start to cross your boundaries and you cannot, it's like you have done everything you can to keep your peace, then you should move away. And maybe moving away is a great, it's a, maybe it's harder for us humans because it involves other people's expectation and other people's interest, perhaps, like our family. But actually, it doesn't have to be that way. I mean, I know it's hard, but it's like all of us as a collective, if we have this realization that we can do anything we want and we can go anywhere we want as long as it's not hurting other people or environment or crossing other people's boundaries, then it's not a big deal actually. The thing is that because humans have learned not to believe in the universe or God, not believe that they will be provided, not believe that one path or one route is not necessarily better than another. It's like every road leads to a place which, so it's like you have to be open to any possibilities and not just fixated on one outcome. So learn to accept all possibilities. This is what the embracing card is saying. Learn to accept all possibilities because this universe is so infinite and there are parallel universes, like I really recommend the Midnight Library book. I mean, it shows you that the happiest life you could lead is if you just be you. I mean, no regrets. I mean, we are here in the world to embrace everything and to learn from it, to learn the lessons and to become better. after such lessons, and not to be afraid of consequences, because consequences are just lessons basically. And as long as our heart is pure, as long as our intention is pure and good, I mean, that's the most important thing, which is why this stork is white. It embraces purity. Animals are pure. They don't have intention to hurt other, like, I mean, of course, they are predators, but they are just what they are. They just become what they are. So if you just become who you are, who you really are inside, like, not what your parents want, not what your family wants, then the possibilities for you are endless, and there will be no regrets. Because, like, maybe some of you feel like you have made the wrong choices, like you decide to become a musician, and then you end up on the street, like nobody wants to listen to your music, and you become penniless and you have to work again. Like, it's a lesson. It's a lesson, and most importantly, it may be a detour that will take you somewhere else better. And it doesn't mean that you cannot be a musician. I mean, you can take lessons from those so-called failures to do better next time, to perhaps record better, not better music, but music that is more authentic and perhaps will draw people to listen to you more, things like that. Or it will take you to somewhere else that still connects with your passion, with your authentic self, but in a slightly different form. So this is what the universe wants you to know, all of you today. Embrace life with all its twists and turns. Embrace life with all its ups and downs, because it's what might make life beautiful. The ups and downs, the twists and turns, the unexpected, the tears and the laughter. Like, it makes life colorful. It reminds me of this song by Louis Armstrong, What a Wonderful World. Like, you hear baby cries, you see them grow, and yeah, it's just life, It's just life. But you are alive, and that's important. You are alive. I mean, you feel the pain, you feel the sadness, you feel the regret, but you also feel happiness. You feel, I mean, you feel happiness, you feel joy, you feel surprises. I mean, it makes you feel alive. Like, imagine if life is just consists of one feeling, like happy all the time. Like, I don't think it will be a happy life, because it lacks variety, right? Wow, that's deep. Okay, so enough of my collective message. I think you already know. Yeah, so just embrace all of life's colors. Like, it's like the color palettes. It's like making a painting. I mean, a painting that only consists of several colors, like pastel colors or green colors or gray colors. It won't be so interesting. Like, if all those colors are combined, it will make the painting livelier, right? It will make it more exciting to see, more beautiful. Okay, so I'm done with that. I'm done. I promise. So now we are moving on to the individual piles. So this is pile number 1, 2, and 3. Pick the, okay, like I always said, tune in with your inner guidance, with your spirit. Don't just pick the prettiest charm, but pick the object that resonates most with what you have in your heart. And or you can also pick a number. Like, sometimes if objects don't work for me, like the pile that has the object that I feel resonate with me has a message that does not resonate much with me, I usually pick by number, usually number 1 and 2. So yeah, ask your spirit guides to show you a number in your mind, or show you one of these objects, and we will begin. So the timestamps, as usual, will be in the description box and in the comment section below. So we'll start with pile number 1. Hello, pile number one. So if you choose the starfish or the first pile, this is going to be your message as to which path is for your highest good or which path is the best choice for you. So if you haven't listened to the message for the collective, I suggest you to listen to that. Okay. We have love. So I think with this with this card, the path that you should choose should be the one that is based on love. Like love never goes wrong. Like what I get from here is that your purpose, your life purpose, is like that of a flower. It's like it doesn't matter what flower you choose to become, as long as you make people happy. Like, okay, hang on a minute. Make people happy does is not the same with people pleasing. Okay, like people pleasing is like pleasing others, making other people happy by faking it, by becoming someone other than yourself. But with this love, it's like it's self-love and love for others. It's both. Like not either one, it's both. Like if you choose only self-love and you only prioritize what you want, and you become and you will become an extremist, and like you will cross other people's boundaries, and you will become someone who is bitter and full of hatred because your expectations may not be necessarily well accepted or sit well with others. On the contrary, if you want to please people too much, or if you have the tendency to be selfless, then you will lose yourself and you will become nobody, because you will be like this chameleon that change colors with according to their environment, and then you will have no color of yourself. And this love card with the flowers, it suggests you to serve the world in your own packaging. Okay, it's like your packaging is your personality. It's like give love to this world in your own way. Okay, whatever it is that you love, like for example, you love singing, you love writing, you love, I don't know, anything. It doesn't always have to be something artistic. It can be like athletic, it can be sports, it can be, I don't know. But if you love it, if you have passion for it, because it's part of you, then if you go down that route that you love doing, you will serve other people with your enthusiasm, with your with your fire, with your passion with it. Like okay, let me give you an example. Like for example, there are two dancers, and one dancer knows all the techniques and they can dance so well, but they don't love dancing. The result will be so different with the second dancer who doesn't know the basic techniques or even advanced techniques of dancing. They just dance according to the rhythm. They feel the rhythm. You will notice the difference there. Which one will be more pleasant and lovely to look at? The person who enjoys dancing. So this is what your the path. So if you are faced with two choices, then ask yourself which of these choices is the most me, which means that you should know yourself first. And it doesn't matter. I mean, if your parents want you to become a rose, but you are I don't know, an orchid or some other flowers, then become the flower that you are, because that's what the world needs. Like perhaps there are already a lot of tulips or a lot of roses in your area, but not enough, I don't know, bougainville or I don't know. I will butcher the names of the flowers, so I won't I won't say anymore, but yeah. You can only be you. You can only give love by being you, if you know what I mean. You can only love this world by being you, because then the world will feel your love, your passion for what you are doing, and they will be inspired by that. They will be inspired by your love. The love that you show through the things that you love doing, if you know what I mean. Okay? So let me just read from the guidebook. We will not draw any tarot cards for this reading. Love. Love, love. Wild rose. Roses are the universal symbol of love. The rose was associated with Aphrodite, the goddess of love and beauty. It was also thought to represent truth. Truth. You see that? Be honest with yourself. Who are you? What do you love? Just do that and you will become that flower that you are created to become. Okay? You serve the world. You give love to the world by being yourself, by being your truthful, most authentic self, okay? In Roman times, a rose was hung in meeting places with the understanding that only truth could be spoken under the rose. In many Native American tribes, wild roses are a powerful symbol of life. Some tribes believe that wild roses were protection, so they keep them in their homes. Excuse me. The wild rose, as opposed to the domesticated rose, represents a love that is wild and free and without bounds. It blossoms all summer and is beloved by bees and butterflies. See that? Wild and free and without bounds. Okay, this one comes with a word of caution, without bounds. Never cross anyone else's boundaries, okay? Always never force your belief to anybody. Live your truth, but never force it to anybody, okay? Don't cross other people's boundaries. Don't give unsolicited advice to anybody, ever. Be wild on your own. Be free on your own, okay? I will suggest you if... Okay, hang on a minute. Okay, like I was said, by this time you guys would have known, if you have subscribed to me for a while, that I am an ARMY, a BTS ARMY, and I suggest you listen to their song called So What. So check it out. Check out the English translation of the lyric, okay? I will link it down below if I remember, in the description box. Anyway, the sacred landscape wants you to know love is all around you. Love is coming into your life. You are already more cherished than you can possibly know. Indeed, you are a sacred vessel for love to flow through you when you stand in the center of it all. All is well, no matter what is happening around you. You know that you are loved and you are lovable. You know that there is nothing that you need to do to deserve love. You are enough just as you are. The Creator is love, and in the depth of your soul, you are love. In matters of the heart and romance, all is healing or is already healed. In terms of self-love, your confidence and self-esteem are growing as you take time to cherish and care for yourself. Okay. So I mentioned that the path that you should choose is be you. So that is self-love and self-care. And this also applies to everyday things, everyday choices that may not seem to matter. But if you accumulate them, they become something consequential. Like, for example, if you don't give enough time in a day to take care of yourself, to give your body and your spirit and your mind time to rest, rejuvenate, then that will become a big, huge problem in the future. And let me tell you that if you always put other people first in the name of love, in the end, you will have no love left. Okay? Because your vessel, your cup is never full. It's like you always drain them for other people. like, and other people suck it from you like a vampire, and in the end you will wither, and then you will become useless, right? Like, yeah, sorry I sound harsh, but yeah, you will not be able to love anybody else anymore. So be mindful of that. Take care of yourself. I mean, these flowers, they grow to become pleasant by receiving love, receiving the blessing of the universe, receiving the rain, receiving the organic fertilizers, natural fertilizers. Because this is a wild rose, right? And they are not domesticated. So you, even if you feel like you are, even if you feel like you are nobody, you are a failure, you are a wild child, it's like you still matter just by being you. Sometimes you don't have to do anything except being you. Like, you don't have to possess a certain talent to make other people happy. Like, back to the example of the two dancers. So the dancer who knows all the techniques but they don't love dancing, like, they will become less attractive than the dancer who loves dancing, because the first dancer, they don't become themselves. They are not themselves. So they have to find something else in which they are good at. And it doesn't always have to have something to do with career or profession. Like, your life purpose is not the same with your career. You can be an accountant, you can be a marketer, you can be a salesperson, like any desk job, but maybe in your off days, or even in at work, you are a person who is very humorous. You uplift other people with your words. You see the best in people, like genuinely, not as a way to please people, okay? You have a great sense of humor, and people miss you when you are not around, because with you everything becomes brighter, and that is love. So you don't have to worry so much about the choice that you make, because as long as you do it with love, like love for yourself and love for others, then it's never a wrong choice. Okay? It's never a wrong choice. Just make sure that you love yourself first. Like, love yourself doesn't mean being egoistic. Love yourself means, it's like not being so hard on yourself. Yeah. It's like accepting yourself with all your flaws and imperfection, forgive yourself, and dare to say sorry to other people if you hurt them with your imperfection, and after that forgive yourself for having made that mistake. As long as you have, sincerely make it up to the other person, whether they accept your apology or not, it's up to them. And what matters is that you learn from it, and you love yourself still, even though you are not perfect. Okay? So wildflowers, they are not perfect. They are not maybe as pretty as the flowers that are grown in glass houses, for example. I mean, they are exposed to rain and sun, but they are beautiful in their own way. Okay? So be that. Be beautiful in your own way. Choose love. Always love for yourself and love for the universe. And the universe actually is love. So, oh yeah, the book also mentioned accept love. So don't be afraid to, don't ever feel yourself not good enough to receive love from others. So if you have to decide whether to do something yourself or ask the help of others or receive help from others, don't think yourself as too highly, like too mighty, or maybe even too unworthy to accept love from other people. Okay? If you can collaborate with other people, collaborate, because the universe wants you to have all the best things in the world. And that includes people who want to help you. So choose to love. Choose love. Choose to accept love, and choose to give out love in your own way. Choose to love yourself and love who you are. And love this world in your own way. Okay? So that's for you, pal number one. I hope that resonates. I hope it helps. If it does, click like, subscribe to my channel. Check out my description box below for my other links and how to book personal reading. And until the next pick a card, I wish you luck. Bye-bye. Hello, pal number two. So if you choose this anchor, let's see whether this card can guide you to decide which path you should take, whether it's a life path or career path or anything else. Okay, so which path is the best for your highest good? Fulfillment. Okay, so this is kind of similar with path number one. It's like the path that you choose should be one that fulfills you from within. So whether you are making a career choice or I think since this is about fulfillment and abundance, because this is a peach, I believe. So let's read from the guidebook first before we go any further. Peach tree, yeah. The peach tree blooms early, and because of this, it is often a symbol of spring and the renewal of life. It is also the Chinese symbol of a happy marriage and fertility. Okay, so if you have been questioning whether you should marry this person, then, and if you love that person, of course, then go ahead. In some traditions, it stands for immortality. Ripe peaches also portend fertility, fecundity, and great fulfillment. In Korean tradition, the peach represents happiness, riches, honors, and longevity. In the Renaissance, peaches represented the heart and love and speaking the truth from one's heart. So you may want to check file number one because there is a similar message here. Fulfillment is at hand. No matter what is occurring in your life, put your attention on what is splendid, pleasurable, and luscious. Find bliss in the moment. Love fully, deeply, without hesitation. Definitely check file number one. Cherish your friendships. Fill your life with people, experience, and places that give you delight. Let go of people and things that don't feel empowering and that drag your energy down. You no longer need to put the needs of others ahead of your own needs. Again, check pile number one. If you had any health issues, a ripe peach represents a return to better health. Savor your life with gusto and with grace. Experience and embrace life. This is the overarching theme for the collective. Embrace life in all its permutation. If you want to conceive a baby or a new project or start a new relationship, this card is an excellent omen for a great outcome. So this is telling you that fulfillment doesn't always come in the form of material things like money. Like if you have a lot of money from your job, but you never have time to yourself, you are not happy with your job, you do it just because of the money, then you are an empty vessel. You are not fulfilled. You are in lack. And that's because you equate fulfillment and abundance with money. I mean, a simple farmer can be the richest person in the world simply because he enjoys and embraces life every single moment. Maybe he never goes anywhere, but he loves what he's doing. He sees the beauty in every little thing that he is doing. He sees the beauty of life when he is relaxing, when he is drinking coffee, when he is reading the newspaper. He finds little joy and magic in all aspects of life. Then he is living an abundant life. Okay, so yeah, choose to live abundantly. So if this is a career question, choose the career path that makes you feel fulfilled from inside. Like Of course, money can buy happiness. I mean, with money, things got easier. Like, for example, I, and up until now, I always say in my status, like my private account status, I wish I had enough money without having to work so that I can do all the things that makes me happy. And that doesn't mean like things like watching TV most of the time, or playing games, or like doing everything that makes me feel happy and makes my soul fulfilled. It can be like working in an animal shelter, or even simpler, painting, drawing, making, writing stories, things that you enjoy. Or if you are a gamer, then maybe create a game, a new game that people can enjoy, that can stimulate our creativity. Like, the possibility is endless. Like, of course, if you have a lot of money, then you have a freedom to do all of those. But even if you don't have the money to do the things that even if you don't have the luxury of time and money to do the things that you want most, you can still lead a fulfilled life by finding the joy in your everyday life. It's like the things that you often overlook because it's the same stuff every day. Like, try to look at it from a different perspective. So it doesn't have to be a life-changing decision. You can decide to be happy every day. You can choose to be happy every day, because happiness is a state of mind. It's not oh it's not always something external. Like, maybe you have a dream of going overseas, see the world, but if you cannot, and like perhaps maybe if life throws you a curveball and you will never achieve those dreams, for example, you can always travel within your own country and find that actually your country is no less beautiful, and you can still enjoy life in your country. Like, I have traveled to several countries outside of my own, but I have never traveled much in my own country. And my country has 27 provinces, different islands, and like a lot of people from the West love my it's like my country is one of the countries that attract Western tourists, because it's a tropical country, and in place like Bali, and yeah, it's a tourist attraction. So even if you never travel overseas, you can choose to travel, touring your own country, and find the bliss, find the happiness that you never thought you would appreciate. Things like that. You can choose to be happy every day and find little miracles of life every day. Like even seeing a pretty street cat and playing with the street cat. I mean, those simple things can make you feel fulfilled, right? Playing with your dogs. Like, again, like this cat says, embrace life in all its forms. Don't get too fixated on the end goal, but embrace the journey, and you will become much more fulfilled. And yeah, it's like your life will be more enriched and not lacking and dry and unhappy. Okay, so yeah, that's for you, pile number 2. I hope that resonate. If it does, click like, subscribe to my channel, check out my the description box below for other links and how to book personal reading, and I'll see you next time in the next speaker card reading. Bye bye now. Hello, pile number 3. So if you choose the third pile, this is going to be your answer as to which path you should choose, like if you are on a crossroad, or which path is for your highest good. So let's see. Courage. So I think this is like always choose to embrace new adventure, even if it's outside your comfort zone. Be courageous, because, like, you know what they say, the bigger the risk, the higher the reward. And that stands true. Like, if you feel the pull to try something new, just do it. It's like it's one way for you to experience more of this life, to embrace everything that life has to offer. Like, if you only stay in your little corner and not wanting to go out, then you will never experience life fully, if you know what I mean. Of course, there will be failures and stings and hurts, but, like, it will enrich your life. Like, maybe when you are being, like, washed over or hit by the waves, it won't be pleasant, but at least you will. It's like, if you ask someone, whether it's better to love or never love at all, whether it's better to love but got hurt than never love at all, then I think the answer is still it's better to love, because at least you have experienced that, and it makes you feel alive, right? At least when the love is still fresh and new. And because of that hurt and pain that you experienced from your previous love relationship that failed, it will take you to the person. It will make you know the kind of person who will love you, who will love you in the right way. It's like, if you have never date the wrong types of person, how do you know who is the right type of person for you, right? I mean, someone said that, and I think, wow, that's very true. It's like you have to experience some bad dates to know what kind of husband material that you want, or wife material. Because if you meet some people are so lucky to meet their soulmates at the first try or at the first time. But for some people, they don't know what kind of soulmate they want in this life, or what kind of soulmate their soul choose to spend life with in this life. And so they have to go through some trial and errors. But that leads them to the right person. So yeah, so be courageous, because you never know. Otherwise, you will never live. Of course, it's a free choice. We have free choice, but it's like, yeah, the bigger the risk, the higher the reward. Because the bigger the risk you take, the more you see in this world, the more you experience, the richer your life becomes. So, courage. The waves crash again and again on the rocky shore, and yet these ancient rocks face each storm with strength and fortitude. They are strong beyond measure. When the waves are gentle, they stand strong, and when the great storms arrive, they remain strong. They never falter. This card signifies that enduring, everlasting, passionate courage in the depth of your being is arising. There is nothing that you cannot confront and face. You are a warrior of the light. The sacred landscape wants you to know. Step forward, throw your shoulders back, and stand up for yourself with patience. Speak up for those less fortunate. Be impeccable in all your action. This isn't the time to be timid and pull back. Don't be limited by the beliefs of others. Use your passion to make a difference. Courage doesn't mean that you aren't afraid. Remember that? Fearless means fearless. Acknowledge your fear and take action anyway. Make a stand. You are strong and powerful and have great valor within you. So, another thing or two I need to say about courage is that sometimes letting go of your dream is also a courage. Like, pile number 1 has the card of love. So what I'm trying to say is that whenever you choose love, you are never wrong. So sometimes you have to give up on your dream because life happened. You have to take care of your family. You have to become a single parent. But in the end, there will always be this reward for your courage. The bigger the courage you take, including the courage to give up your dream or escaping to the place that you want, escaping the hardships of life, it's like the courage to give up on that choice will have a greater reward because you choose love, because you don't shy away from challenges, you don't shy away from the hardship of life. Like, I mean, of course, people say pursue your dreams, but pursuing your dreams like means you give up on other things you enjoy. So any choices need sacrifice. So when you make that sacrifice in order to stay true to yourself, then that is courage. Stay true for the values and beliefs you believe in. Like if your faith is to put your kids first, like if no, it's not a, yeah, it's like some people believe that they should it's like they have dreams, but they believe that they put more value in raising their kids right, and that is valid. That is also valid. And if you walk down your route with the full accountability of your choice, then you will reap that reward that you want, because you know yourself, you know that this is what you believe in. And if you walk in the path that you believe in and not shying away from the consequences, from the hardship, then the result will be exactly the reward that you seek, because when you make that choice, you know that yes, this is me, and the reward will be just the reward that is right for you. Okay, so that's your message, pile number 3. I hope that resonates. If it does, click like, subscribe to my channel, check out my description box below for how to book personal reading and my other links. And I wish you luck and a good day, and until the next speaker cut, I'll see you next time. Bye.